Good afternoon, guys. I wanted to jump on here just to send out a couple of updates and reminders. There is so much going on in children's ministry right now, and we have had sort of a interesting last 2 weeks. On Sunday morning, yesterday, and also the 20th were great in some ways and a bit hairy in some ways too. So I wanted to jump on and just send out some encouragement and recognition and just to kind of give you my thoughts on some of that. Um, I do want to share with you because I know this isn't a number that we always share, but I think it's important to know the Lord has chosen the Church of Clayton Crossings to bring young families here. And we keep seeing it week after week after week. And I did want to share that on July 20th, we had 18 new children just on the 20th, brand new, first time in, from babies to fifth grade. And then yesterday, we had 10 new children that came in new families yesterday. So the Lord continues to grow our church, and we have a heart in children's ministry to be able to teach these children about Jesus. And also their parents to be able to hear about Jesus in service. And so that's why we do what we do every single Sunday. I just want to say that this isn't the norm. I feel like I am always saying that, but for churches, even less than a mile from here, that is not the norm that they are growing like this, especially with children, even very close to us. So, um, for us, we count it as a blessing because these are not families that are necessarily moving from other churches. These are new families in that do not have a church home and they're looking for one, or just want to see what church is and what it's about because they don't have any experience with it. And so that's a great, great opportunity for us. But in that, it does take a lot of sacrificial serving from our team. We are the biggest team here at the church. Children's ministry is, and so it really does require a lot from us to be able to meet these families and these children every single week where they are. I want to say a special thank you to those of you always, but especially in the last 2 weeks, just because um, it has been kind of crazy on Sundays because of the new families, so many that we have coming in, and also the higher numbers of kids we've had, but also because of the number of call outs or unavailable team members. We've had people who have jumped over from one team to another, like with 10 minutes notice. Yesterday, I had to pull a preschool hallway leader to teach in an elementary room, and she happily did. We also had another team member who jumped over to lead also in in an elementary room too. We had teachers yesterday that had classrooms so full, and I want to say thank you for that. That does not go unnoticed. That we are going to work to fix that. The rooms being too full. Just know that we're working on a plan to be able to not allow that to happen anymore, because we want to protect you as the volunteers and also the children that are in there. And so if that was your day yesterday, if you had 18 3-year-olds yesterday, I want to say thank you so much for serving in that way, but also know that is not our heart to have those rooms that full or to have teachers overwhelmed with that number of children. So please know we are working on that. With that being said, too, I would like to ask our volunteers to please remember to be on time. That means being here 5 minutes even earlier than our team meeting starts so that you can get checked in and you can be in team meeting on time. When we have late volunteers, that means we can't open classrooms. The last 2 weeks, we haven't had rooms open until about 5 minutes before service starts, and that does not give parents sometimes enough time to get their kids in and get to service on time. So I ask, please, that you be here for team meeting and be on time. Also, for call outs, if you know that something is coming, we know there are emergencies that happen on Sunday morning, but if you know that something is coming, or you aren't feeling well, the night before, please let us know. The Sunday morning cancellations are very, very hard to fill when we do not schedule extra people. It isn't possible right now, um, and we're working also to fix that. But if you will please give us as much heads up as you can, that will help us. Unfortunately, we are going to have to make some hard decisions in closing classrooms, because it is almost impossible some Sunday mornings to be able to find another person to go in that spot. So I did want to let you know that the more time that you give us to be able to find someone, the better. But we also cannot have rooms with too many children in them and it be unsafe. So we will have to choose sometimes to close a classroom because of that. I will also be letting parents know this too, because I've learned in children's ministry that we will constantly be recruiting new people, but also encouraging our current team members, like I said before, to be sacrificial servers. And sometimes that looks like choosing church and serving if you have a commitment over other things. We want people to go on vacations. We want people, to do the fun things too. But it does make it hard with scheduling and opening classrooms when there's a commitment there and then we don't have a teacher to open rooms. I do want to let you know, and you may already know this, but I want to be super transparent. It takes about 50 volunteers to run preschool on Sunday morning. It takes about 40 volunteers to run elementary ministry. It takes about 10 volunteers to run special needs ministry, and it takes about 10 volunteers to run kids check-in. And so that is over 100 volunteers every single week. We are trying very hard to schedule. And so if you are on these teams and you have availability, we really, really are asking for you to fill out your availability form and to be here to help serve. And it will help us be able to open these classrooms to welcome our children that are already here, but also the ones that are newly coming in the door. We don't want to turn children away, but that isn't something that we can do all by ourselves. So I do want to say thank you to the ones that are here so faithfully, and encourage the ones that maybe have taken a break, or I know vacations have been happening, but we do want people to jump back in and be able to serve. I also want to let you know about an update health-wise. This has not affected every classroom, but it has affected us in preschool and elementary ministries. We've had several cases of hand, foot, and mouth here recently that have been reported to us, and so we are sanitizing classrooms, letting parents know to be on the lookout for symptoms, and usually about once a year we have hand, foot, and mouth that we see in several families and classrooms. But I do want to let you guys know about that too, just to be aware. Usually it's an illness that occurs to children 5 and under, but we have seen some elementary kids also that have been diagnosed. So if you'll just be aware of that and do your research on what those symptoms look like as well. I really, really want to just end with thanking you guys. There's absolutely no way that we could do what we do here at Clayton Crossings with seeing about 300 kids come through here every single Sunday and teach them about Jesus. And so I am thankful for your part in that. There's no way that we could do that without you. I want you guys to know that I love you and I thank you so much for being a part of this team. Um, and I want you to know that you are a very, very important part of what the Lord is doing here at the church at Clayton Crossings. Thank you guys. Love you.